Hello, good Monday to you. We're in our Encore book, Lesson 75, page 149, Problem Solving, Time Intervals. This is not a very long lesson, but it can be tricky because you really need to pay attention to what the question is asking. We need to know if we're going to be going into the future or are we going back in time to figure out when something started or when it ended. As soon as Carter got home, he worked on his book report for 45 minutes. Then he did more for 30 minutes. He finished at 5:15. At what time did Carter get home? So here they're telling us that he got home. Then he worked on his book report for 2 intervals of time. So they don't want to know what time he finished working. They tell us he finished at 5:15. They want to know what time he got home. So when did he get home before he started doing all of the work? That's important to keep in mind. Read the problem. What do I need to find? I need to find what time Carter got home. Okay. What information do I need to use? Carter worked for 45 minutes on his report. Then he did some chores for 30 minutes. He finished at 5:15. How will I use the information? I will use the number line and count back. That's the important part. We're going back to find the time Carter got home. Find Carter's 5:15 p.m. finish time on the number line. So you would put that at the end. First, you would count back the 30 minutes. Then you would count back 15 minutes. And he started his chores at 4:45. Then count back 45 minutes for the time Carter worked on his report. The jump ends at 4 o'clock. So they're saying we're moving back. There's where he did his chores. Then here's where he did his book report. And if we put all of that together, he got home at 4 o'clock p.m. Kira must be at school at 7:45 a.m. The ride to school takes 15 minutes. She needs 45 minutes to eat breakfast and get ready. At what time does Kira get up? So this obviously is something we're going to have to jump back because she has to get up before she can go to school. Okay, so we have 7:45 as our ending point. A.M. because it's the morning. And now let's look back into the question. She is on the bus for 15 minutes. So let's jump back 15 minutes. So minus 15. And if I go back in time, 45 minus 15 would give me 30. So she gets on the bus at 7:30. However, it takes her 45 minutes to eat breakfast and get ready. So we're going to have to jump back again. So here, even though it's 45 minutes, I could see right here is 7:30. So I'm going to break my 45 minutes apart into a number bond. The 30 minutes, it will take me to jump back to the closest hour. And then I will still have 15 minutes remaining that I'll have to jump back. Okay, so from 7:30, I'm going to jump back that half hour, and that's going to put me at 7 o'clock. But I still have this 15 minutes that I need to jump back. So 7 o'clock minus 15 minutes is going to give me 6:45. Okay, so she gets up at 6:45 7:45 a.m. Okay, and again, I just broke this apart because I saw 7:30 and I could get to the closest hour. That was my strategy. Jack and his family go to the movies. First, they eat lunch at 1:30 p.m. It takes them 40 minutes to eat. Then they drive 25 minutes to get to the movie theater. At what time do Jack and his family get to the theater? So this time we have our starting time, which is 1:30. So we're going to start at 1:30 p.m. Okay, and let's look at the information that they're giving to us. It takes them 40 minutes to eat their lunch and then 25 minutes to get to the movie theater. So let's have them eat lunch for 40 minutes plus 40, okay? Or I could take my 40 and I could say here, ooh, I want to go to the next hour. So I can do a 30 and a 10, which might be a little bit easier. So let's change this one to plus 30. Sorry about that. And we'll go from 1:30 plus a half hour gives us 2 o'clock. But I know I still have my other 10 minutes here, so I'm going to jump ahead, plus 10, and that's going to get me to 2:10. So that's the 40 minutes that they ate. Now it takes them 25 minutes to drive to the movie theater. Plus 25. So 10 plus 25 gives me 35. So they get to the movies at 2:35 p.m. Okay, and again, the reason why I changed this from 40 to 30 was because I saw I could get to the next hour, and that's a little bit easier to go forward that way. Okay, on this page 150, the first one has been done for you. It says solve each problem and show your work. Hannah wants to meet her friends downtown. Before leaving home, she does chores for 60 minutes and eats lunch for 20 minutes. The walk downtown takes 15 minutes. Hannah starts her chores at 11:45 a.m. At what time does she meet her friends? So if we take a look here, she has chores that she's doing for 60 minutes, 20 minutes to walk, 20 minutes to eat, and 15 minutes to walk. So this time we have a 60, a 20, and a 15. 3 different intervals of time that we have to account for. So she starts her chores at 11:45. 60 minutes is 1 hour, so that jumps us up to 12:45. Then she eats for 20 minutes. That gets us to from 12:45 to 1:05. Then she walks for 15 minutes. So 5 plus 15 gives us 20. She gets to town at 1:20 p.m. Katie practices the flute for 45 minutes. Then she ate a snack for 15 minutes. Next, she watched television for 30 minutes until 6 p.m. At what time did Katie start practicing the flute? So we have our ending time here. We're going to put that on our number line, which is 6 p.m. And now let's take a look at what we have going on here. She practices for 45 minutes. She eats for 15 minutes. And she watches TV for 30 minutes. So we have 3 different time intervals we have to account for. Okay, since we're starting at 6 o'clock, we have 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 45 minutes. Now, I'm going to look at the 45 minutes and say, I'm going to start with that. So, oops, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be a plus. It should be minus 45. Okay. 6 o'clock minus 45 minutes is going to give me 5:15. Then I'm going to go back another 15 minutes, which is going to give me 5 o'clock. And lastly, I'm going to go back 30 more minutes, which is going to give me 4:30 p.m. So she started at 4:30 p.m. Okay, number 3. Nick gets out of school at 2:25. He has a 15-minute ride home on the bus. Next, nice sequencing word there. He goes on a 30-minute bike ride. Then he spends 55 minutes doing his homework. At what time does Nick finish his homework? So this one here, this is our starting time. This is when he leaves school. So you're going to be jumping forward. I want you to try that one for me. Number 4, the 3rd grade class is going on a field trip by bus to the museum. The bus leaves school at 9:45. The bus ride takes about 47 minutes. At what time does the bus arrive at the museum? Again, they're giving you the start time. You're leaving at 9:45 and it's going 47 minutes. So, think about how you might want to break up this number to help you and solve this problem for me as well. I will put up a doc and you can write your answers in there, or you can have your parents send me pictures. Good luck with 3 and 4.